Greetings, fellow action figure connoisseurs, and welcome to another episode of Digital Caveman Presents Surprise Thursday. I, as always, am your host, the Digital Caveman, and today I will be presenting you with the Neca Reel Toys Aliens Ultimate Edition. Thank you for watching this video or any of my other videos that you may have run across, which I hope is all of them. Only support from viewers like you make this programming possible. Each view does count, and I do appreciate each and every single view that I receive. Thank you, and thank you so very much for supporting this channel through viewing. Comment below, like, share, subscribe if you'd like to see more reviews, or just help the channel out further, or both, that's even better. And don't forget to ding that bell so that in the future you will be notified as my new content becomes available. With all that said, let's get into it. This time, it's war. But before we go to battle, let's take a look at the packaging. On the top, we got a damaged hook, because I bought this at Walmart. Aliens. Warning, don't stick things in your pie hole that don't belong there. On the front, nice pic of a Xenomorph Aliens Ultimate Edition. And let's go ahead, and this flap opens. There's Velcro and Velcro. See, there's a Velcro and the Velcro that secures it. Nice product shot, probably of a prototype. And then nice window showcasing the figure and accessories. Maybe you can see it a little better now. Accessories, rather. On the bottom, there's some of this stuff that tells you about what the people's jobs are. Don't feed it to the babies. Neca, that thing, a barcode, Reel Toys, 20th Century Fox, not anymore. Made in China. On this side, Ultimate Edition, Aliens, Neca Reel Toys. And on this side, same thing, Ultimate Edition, Aliens, Neca Reel Toys. And on the back, Aliens. That looks like it might be some artwork. And then product shots of the figure and accessory. The sole survivor of the Nostromo, Ripley is discovered in cryogenic sleep 57 years later by a salvage ship. When she is taken back to Earth, Ripley learns that the company has established human colonies on the same planet where the alien attack originated. After all contact with the colony is lost, Ripley agrees to return to the planet accompanied by a team of colonial marines. Together they will rescue any survivors that remain and confront the alien menace head-on. At least that's what they think. That, my friends, does it for a look at the packaging. Let's take a look at the figure and accessories. And let's start off with the accessories. Handy dandy tweezers. And here he comes with a face hugger, which I have to say is nicely detailed. And it does have a bit of paint wash and maybe some other paint apps on it. It is a little hard to tell. And there's, well, you can call that whatever you want, but you know where it implants the egg. And the legs. Unfortunately, the legs are not, you know, you can't wrap it around a figure's face too much. I mean, it'll kind of sit there, and it sits there, you know, correctly, but it's just, it doesn't form to the head for a tight fit, I guess. And it does have, the tail is bendy, so you could actually wrap it around a figure's neck if you so desired to do that. And then here we have the chest burster. And again, it's got some paint. It's got a nice wash on it. And nice details in there. The silver on the teeth. Look at that. And again, the tail is bendy. So that may lead into issues down the road, but for now that's fine. And then here we have the open egg. And again, it's very nicely painted. and with a nice wash on it. Even on the inside there, you know, they went that extra mile, I guess. And let's take a look at the figure himself. Now, this is a Neca stand. It did not come with the figure, although I wish it would have come with a stand. That would have been a nice addition. But that's one I just had sitting around to kind of help me out with this guy, because he doesn't always like to stand up where you leave him. But there you go. He's got that nice silver on the teeth and a nice glossy overlay all over to kind of give him that wet look that they always had in the movie, where they were hanging out, where water was coming down, or they were slobbering or whatever. And I mean, just the detail it's insane. I mean, they really went all out on the sculpt for this guy. And if I only had to have one alien, it would be this one. I mean, it's the paint on it is fantastic. It's got all kinds of wash on it, and again, like that glossy color that gives them that kind of a wet look like they had in the movie. Well, let's talk about his articulation. Now, there is a bit of like these tubes right here keep you from getting some range of motion, like turning of the head. It'll only go about that far before this tightens up and starts pulling on the jaw, and the same on this side. And the head does sit on a hinge. I'm not sure. I think there's a ball in the top of it, but he can look down that far, and he can look up. Not really. He just kind of looks straight ahead. He's got a little chicken neck in there, but that's it. I don't really want to force it any more than that. The jaw does open, and you can hyperextend it like that, but it looks kind of junky, so you just do it like that, and you give him, you know, open it up, give him a little shake, and then you can get the inner mouth to come out. And again, you know, nice paint apps on that as well. And it just kind of doesn't really peg in or anything. It just kind of sits in there. So at the shoulder, we'll do a full 360, and it'll raise up about that far. Nothing in the upper bicep, which I expected that with Neca, but it does have hinge and swivel at the elbow, and it's a double hinged pinless elbow, and it really, I mean, that's just insane. And that, I think I can get more out of that. Yeah, I mean, look at that. That is a great elbow joint. At the wrist, does swivel around, and it's on an in and out hinge. And then also, these two fingers are on a hinge. They'll open up that far, and they'll close up that far. Same on this hand, in and out on the wrist, and the fingers open up that far and close that much. Now there is a cut here where the chest meets the abdomen, I guess. It will give you a full 360 degrees of rotation and a ton of hula. And at the hips, now this piece is a bit like soft rubbery bits, and it will bend out of the way a little bit, and he gives you that much of the splits. And that's tight, and you can see this, you know, it moves a little bit when you articulate up too high, but he can kick up that high, And with a little bit of swing out, he can kick back that far. And before I forget, we're back to bendy tail. And not only that, but it rotates 360 degrees as well. Now let me see. I don't know if it's got a little bit of twist here at the hip. The leg does, but nothing in the upper thigh. Double hinged pinless knee. And no, I said pinless. It's pinless here, but on the lower portion is pinned. But regardless, it's hard to see it anyway. It gives you that much bend at the knee, and it's on a swivel as well that will rotate 360 degrees fully. Now at the ankles, it'll go down that far. It'll tilt up that far. It does have a rocker. I'm not sure if it's a pin or a ball joint or a dumbbell, I mean, but it will. And then it also swivels around, so that's pretty good. And then he does have toe articulation. Goes down that far and bends up that far, so that's very nice. And even look, he's even got, you know, detail on the bottom of the feet. They didn't have to really do that, and it's there. And the silver on the claws and the teeth. I mean, this is a fantastic looking figure. If you only had to be able to get one Xenomorph figure, this is the one I would recommend, especially if you are a fan of the second movie, Aliens. Game over, man! But really, really great figure. That does it for a look at this fantastic figure and his accessories. It's time for my favorite part of a review: comparisons. And here we'll start things off, and I don't really know if this is all that fair of a comparison, but here is the Neca Ultimate Edition Alien Xenomorph with the Walmart exclusive Leonard Toys Alien Collection, one of the aliens, I forget which one, and Predator from their Predator series. Now, these two figures are about 7 inches tall. And that's the difference between a 7-inch figure and a 7-inch scale figure. And as you can see, the Neca Alien Xenomorph is much, much taller. He's probably hell, he may be right up at 9 inches. I don't have a tape measure on me, so I can't really tell you exactly, but he is really tall. And as far as the difference in articulation, these guys have basic articulation, because you're talking about $10 a pop for these. And you know, for $10 a pop, and if you want to make an army of aliens or predators, you know, they're good, and they'll fit in okay with Marvel Legends or some other 6-inch lines. You know, that's pretty cool. And here we have some other 7-inch scale comparisons. My only other NECA figure, which is a RoboCop from 2011. At least that's what's stamped in the bottom of this foot. And from McFarlane Toys, the DC Multiverse, 3 Jokers, the Joker, the Clown. And as you can see, this Alien Xenomorph is quite tall compared to these guys. And making his cameo appearance from the Marvel Legends series, we have Stan the Man Lee himself, and the Hasbro Pulse exclusive G.I. Joe Classified series Regal variant Cobra Commander. And these, of course, are 6-inch lines, if you're not familiar. But I'm sure you probably are. And for our final set of comparisons, we have them with Star Wars The Black Series Archive Edition 5.0 First Legion Clone Trooper and the SH Figuarts Full Power Super Saiyan Son Goku. Or just Goku, how we call him here in the States. For final thoughts on the Neca Reel Toys Aliens Ultimate Edition Alien Xenomorph, I have to say, I was really impressed with this guy, from the paint apps to the articulation to the fact that he has a bendy tail, and the face hugger has a bendy tail, and the proto xenomorph, whatever you want to call it, the chest burster, I guess, he has a bendy tail too, and the level of detail on this guy is great. I can understand why people who love NECA toys are in love with them. After messing around with this guy, I really can understand it. With this one being so big, I don't think I'll have a real problem fitting it in with some other lines, seeing as how the Xenomorphs are supposed to be so much bigger anyway. But I will tell you, he puts that Leonard Toys to shame. But you're talking about a $25 difference almost. 10 versus 32, 35, depending on where you pick this guy up at. But I mean, it's excellent, and the articulation on it, the range of motion is much better than I expected it to be. Like I showed in the comparison section of the video, the only other NECA figure that I currently own is a RoboCop from 2011. At least that's what's stamped on his foot, is that he's from 2011. So, but I was really impressed with this guy. I resisted the urge to get it for a long time. Any of the NECA Aliens or Predator stuff, and I'm not gonna go crazy with it. This is probably enough Alien Xenomorph for me, and I may look at the Predators and pick one Predator to kind of go with this guy, and that'll really be it. I don't know, the Queen, I think it would just be too big for my shelf and stuff, but who knows. Well, that does it for the review. I hope that you enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it. Only support from viewers like you make this programming possible. Each view does count, and I do appreciate each and every single view that I receive. Thank you, and thank you so very much for supporting this channel through viewing. Comment below, like, share, subscribe if you'd like to see more reviews, or just help the channel out further, or both, that's even better. And don't forget to ding that bell so that in the future you will be notified as my new content becomes available. That's a wrap, folks. I'll see you next time.